What's up, everybody? This is Andrew McCain here. I just want to make this video just to give my thoughts on all the excitement happening in the keyboard world. For me, this feels like the NBA offseason with all the trades and free agent signings and players switching teams and people just having expectations for the upcoming season. It's a very exciting time. NAMM is happening as we speak. And I must say, I am devastated, so disappointed, and so hurt that I cannot be there. If there was ever a year to be there, this year would be the year. Last year was also a year I really wanted to go. But, such is life. I'm a teacher, and January, after coming back from winter break, is not necessarily the best time to take off days. And I kind of already did that earlier this month. So hopefully next year, we'll see. But for those of you that are going, please enjoy it for me. So I just want to talk about all the recent announcements coming from the keyboard companies. Feels like they're all in stiff competition. And I saw a comment that said, when the keyboard companies fight or compete, we all win. I agree with that. It's very true. So let's start off by discussing the first announcement that I saw, which was the Nord Organ 3 from Nord. So this was a very, kind of surprising announcement, but it was met with a lot of people saying finally, because they had the C2D, which was a very great organ, Hammond organ emulation, and it was doing well. They were making videos on it, and I believe it was about 2020. For some reason, they just discontinued it. Now I know some of the gospel musicians that are endorsed by Nord, and they told me that the reason why they pulled it off the shelves was because they found some things that they could make improvements on, and they were just going to, work on it and then re-release it soon. In my mind, I was kind of like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because it's hard to make a very good organ emulation. Many have tried, many have failed, but I would say out of the keyboard companies, Nord was definitely number one with that. They already had it on their stage pianos, on their electros, and having an organ with the two keyboards and the pedals and everything, they were doing well. A lot of people were doing big gigs with them. It was easier to transport than the actual Hammond organ. Churches were even replacing their Hammond organs. Not a lot, but I feel like more would have done it if they would have stayed on the shelves, because, as you know, if you know anything about Hammond organs, a lot of the parts are obsolete or very, very hard to find. So if something's broken, it's very hard to get it replaced. So instead of, either spending a lot of money waiting on a waiting list, a lot of them opted to just go with a digital organ. And since Nord was not available, a lot of people went with the Viscount during that time. But Nord is back with the Nord Organ 3. So let me read what they have on the website. The acclaimed Nord organ is back, reborn and reimagined as the all-new Nord Organ 3. The latest generation of our organ series, featuring massive improvements to sound, design, and performance, with a greatly enhanced organ engine, added modulation effects, and a new exceptional sounding rotary speaker emulation. The Nord Organ 3 offers an unsurpassed level of detail and realism. All right, so sounds like they did make some improvements. It remains to be seen, but now is the time that we're going to be able to tell. So far, they released one video with someone playing the organ. It was playing really well, but it was within the context of a band, so you don't really get to hear it in detail. But my good friend, producer Kevin Powell, he's going to be there. He's going to be on Thursday. Glenn Gibson is also going to be performing on Friday, I believe it is, and uh, Mike Burrell and Bennett Paysinger are also going to be there. So those are some of the gospel musicians that I personally look up to and enjoy. And then a lot of other people are going to be doing it. So I'm sure that Nord Organ 3 is going to be on full display. Can't wait to hear the videos. Definitely looking forward to it. All right. So another announcement that came from the same company, Nord, was the Nord Piano 6. Now, this one I would say was met with a lot of skepticism and some criticism, only because a lot of people have been waiting on a Nord Electro 7, because the Nord Electro is like the more compact version of the Nord Stage. It's a little cheaper and it has the same sounds, and people love it. So people were waiting on an Electro 7, not necessarily a Nord Piano 6. I did a demo on the Nord Piano 5, and it's a keyboard I like. It has all the typical Nord piano song sounds that we have grown to love, but it's focused on the piano. It's not going to have the organ in there and a lot of the synth sounds that you would get from a stage or an electro. But the problem is that they already have the Nord Grand and the Nord Grand 2, which are already occupying the lane of just a simple piano. And I love the Nord Grand, especially the keybed. I've already said that out of all the keyboards, that's my favorite keybed. It just feels amazing. So it feels like they already are taking care of that lane. So we don't necessarily need a Nord Piano 6, but I'm sure it works for a lot of people. So we'll see. I'm sure people will be playing that at NAMM as well. So on the Nord Piano 6, it says the latest generation of the Nord Piano series features a new panel design with LED faders, dual layers for piano and synth with independent effects, and a premium triple sensor keybed. Combined with excellent portability and our world-class sounds, the Nord Piano 6 offers great flexibility for performance and sound creation. So it's a lot to look forward to there. Very exciting. We'll see how that works out. I'll reserve my judgment until I'm actually able to play one. All right. Now, the next announcement that made a whole lot of waves, a whole lot of buzz, was Korg announcing their Korg Kronos 3. Now, this one was an eyebrow raiser for me because I did not expect another Kronos. We had been kind of waiting to see what they would do next because a lot of people weren't really big on the Korg Nautilus, which had replaced the Korg Kronos. The Korg Kronos a couple years ago was discontinued on their website. So the Nautilus was now the new flagship, and people weren't, at least people I know, weren't really loving it. And, they were saying that it's more of like a synthesizer than an actual piano type keyboard. So now with the Corg Kronos 3, when they made the first announcement, people were very excited. But then I noticed that a lot of people's excitement trailed off when we saw pictures and videos, and we recognized this interface looks exactly the same. The piano looks just about exactly the same. It's been so many years because the original Corg Kronos came out in 2011. So between then and now, that's about 14 years. You would think there would be some major innovation or improvement, at least with the look or design, but so far that hasn't happened. Now, I've mentioned before, I have a soft spot for Korg in my heart because my first real keyboard was a Korg N364 going back to 1997. I just dated myself, but yes, I am that old. My first real keyboard was back in 1997. I was about 7 years old, and it was a Korg N364, and I had that for a while. So I want to see Korg win. So, there's some people that are Korg enthusiasts that will argue all day long that the Korg Kronos is the greatest keyboard ever created. And they have a lot of facts to back it up. That 9 sound engines is hard to beat, and then there's so much that you could do with it as far as sound design. Me personally, I don't think so. For what I need, I don't love the keybed on the Korg Kronos. It's a little stiff to me, but to each his own. I have bigger hands and fingers, so what I like, others might not necessarily like. I love the keyboard on the new Montage. Not everybody loves that. I don't really love the keyboard on the Nord Stage. Some people say it's the greatest thing ever. So to each his own. It's going to be different for everybody. But for the Corg Kronos, it says now, by popular demand, the Kronos is back, refreshed, refined, and ready to reclaim its place in the spotlight. With intuitive controls, access to over 300 premium sound libraries, and a suite of exclusive features, the newest Kronos is designed to redefine what's possible on any stage in any studio. All right, so we're going to see. Again, I'll reserve judgment till I'm hopefully able to try one out. All right, we'll see. It might blow us away with how it looks, how it sounds, and how it feels. We already see how it looks, so we'll check it out. The next big announcement that made waves was the Roland V Stage. That was actually this week. I was very surprised by this one as well. Really, because Roland already has a stage section with their RD2000. Before that, they had the RD1000, RD800, 700, 300, and everything like that. So they already had a line for stage pianos. I was very surprised to see that they came with something that, let's be honest, is a direct competition to the Nord. It even has the red panels like the Nord. It has the onboard controls like the Nord. It has the faders like the Nord. Like they said, I don't care if people think we're copying, we're coming for your head, Nord. And I love it. Love to see that, right? We love to see that competition. So this is very interesting. And it says the V Stage is the ultimate player's instrument, elevating the all-in-one gigging keyboard to another dimension of creative control. Fusing Roland's premium sound technologies with a fluid, purpose-built workflow. It delivers the versatility and responsiveness professional musicians demand. Experience unrivaled sonic expression with 4 advanced sound engines, elegantly intuitive interfaces, and exceptional playability for the best performance every time. So that's very exciting, right? And I've watched a lot of videos on this because out of all the keyboards that just came out, this definitely has the most demos so far, even though it just came out. So check out this acoustic piano demo. So that sounds really good. One of the main things that Roland prides himself in is the V Piano series, right? Which is a modeling tool, right? So they don't do the samples like every other keyboard or most other keyboards. They do a modeling. So with that, you're able to pretty much edit and tweak the piano sound to exactly your liking. I also like the electric piano sound. Check this out. So yeah, that's dope. So I'm very excited to hopefully eventually be able to check this one out. I love when there's a new keyboard. I love it even more where there's multiple keyboards to try and to argue about which one is the best. It makes things very exciting. Gives me more content to cover on my channel. And I can't wait to see all the videos that come out. If you're there, please enjoy it for me. Record some videos behind the scenes, testing out these keyboards. I wish I could be there again, but you know, I'm just going to live vicariously through you guys. But thanks for checking out this video. There's even more keyboards that are coming out and being announced. Like Akai has a new keyboard that just came out. I heard Kurzweil had something. Very exciting times. All right. So thank you for watching this video. Please be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time.